So Auntieways.
So Auntieways.
So Auntieways.
Girl, what's the tea?
So Auntieways.
You know, we love Mark Allen.
And by the way, is he a vampire? Because he looks good.
He looks damn good.
He still looks amazing.
He looks so good. Yeah. But you could also tell he doesn't give a shit about how he looks either.
Yeah.
Right.
Beautiful people could be like that.
Like he just kind of like,
I know that's how that
the
is.
hair is never combed.
Tonight is party
But he
time.
looks
It's
so
party
damn
time
good.
tonight.
I'll tell you that, like, what I used to see, Mark Allen was a famous go-go boy, and he also used to do the door at many a club, and he was that rare door person who was actually really, really nice. And one time I come up to Sound Factory Bar, and he's wearing Doc Marten boots and a pair of crisp white tighty whities.
Yeah.
That is it.
And it was not warm out.
And it was not warm out.
Honey,
but I'm telling you,
beauty like that, that's all you need to wear.
honey,
Yep.
he made that ensemble look like a three-piece suit.
But
He
you know
looks so damn good.
But
Yeah.
the worst thing is when someone is that sexy and they're nice. I hate
And
that
they're
combination.
nice.
Don't be nice.
Yes,
be
he's
evil.
We love
I
him.
have preconceived notions. Live up to them. Tonight is party time. It's party time tonight.
But you know
Welcome
what
to
is this
So
song? That's the song that
I'm speaking, darling.
That's a song you listened to 30 years ago. What's a song that you're listening to this week?
This week I'm
This
listening
week.
to.
What's your tune this week?
I'm listening to "Dealer" by Lana Del Rey from her new album "Blue Bannisters."
What's your sick obsession with Donna Del
Lana
Rey?
Del Rey, I love her. I think she's musically very interesting, sonically interesting,
Yeah.
and yeah. Oh, who is the guy that she does it with? Hang on.
Is she the one that sings the song that goes cock-a-doodle-doo?
No, that's Raven.
Raven?
I don't know.
In RuPaul's Drag Race when she was dressed as a chicken.
Yes.
We're watching season 2. We just finished this season 2. We're doing all of them from the very first season, and we're now going to start season 3.
His name is Miles Kane. That's the singer on this track that I love. That's what I'm listening to. Yeah.
I like Kane Brown.
How about Big Daddy Kane?
I do
My
like
sugar
Big Daddy Kane.
I go to work.
That's Cool Mo D.
It don't matter because I'm singing. Tonight
that's
is
not-
party time. It's party time tonight.
Well,
Okay,
I just want
so
to say that I'm listening
can
to
I please say the
the
name of
David
this
Morales
god awful
remix of
show?
All by Mariah Carey.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait a minute. You're stepping to me about a song that's 30 years old,
Yeah.
and you're going to come out with My All by Mariah Carey?
Yeah. No, because you didn't listen to the question was, what are you listening to this week? That's something that you were listening to 30 years ago. I just asked what are you
And I
listening to this
told
week?
you Lana Del Rey.
Yes, but I happen to be listening to something that's 30 years old.
Girl, y'all need to step into the 21st century, darlings.
Mm-hmm.
Booby, what are you listening to?
Soho, hot music, 30 years ago.
Wow, you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are a whole lot of things, but what you are right now are the co-hosts of So Auntieways. Hello, everyone. This is Mike Diamond.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. This is Miss Matenga, and that was Miss Booby.
That
And
was
that's
Miss
boobs.
Boobsy. Yeah, and we're gonna kick it off and make it dope. And hey, Linda's here. Hey, Linda
Linda.
Bobby.
Oh my God, it's a family affair.
It's a family affair. Yo, we have an all-female audience at the moment.
I
That's
love it.
fabulous.
I
Word.
think we have an
girl.
all-female show at the moment.
That's what's hello.
Honey.
She auntie ways, darling.
Shanti Ways.
Let's kick it off, shall we? Let's move on from this discussion of music, unless that's what you're featuring, and jump into our first segment.
No.
Booby, what are you featuring this week?
I am featuring something we just finished watching the last episode. It's a mini series called Midnight Mass
Ooh.
on Netflix that is out of this world. It's so, I can predict usually a plot a mile away because I know the way writers
You
write.
know things.
Yeah.
I know things, but this one I couldn't predict any of it. And it's deals with religion and vampirism and rebelliousness and prison
Is this about like Irish peeps in Boston? Is that same show?
on an island. No, they're on an island.
But they're
Yep.
Irish.
The lead is super cute.
Yes.
Super cute.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but I think it's the same guy who is also in that witchcraft show, Discovery of Witches.
Possibly.
I
And it's
forget.
called Midnight Ass.
Midnight Ass, honey.
Yes, with
But check it out,
vampires.
y'all. It's a fierce little series. It's only like 6 episodes or 7 episodes.
And that's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Is it
Yeah.
genuinely scary, or is it more tense? Or...
There are moments where it's genuinely scary. But it's pretty tense and it's sad.
Oh.
It's so sad.
How many episodes is it?
Like 6 or 7.
Okay.
Okay.
It's totally doable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I had heard about it, and it's on my list. It's on my
really good.
I just opened up a browser. I didn't want to.
Oh,
Sorry,
the kid
guys.
from ET is in it.
Drew
Oh.
Barrymore?
Henry
Thomas.
He plays a father.
And
That's
so
how-
and it's a horror.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to check that out. Midnight Mass on Netflix.
Yes.
Speaking of horror, and that's a great choice. Before we move on,
Yes.
have you, this is by the time this comes out, this might be old news in a day or two.
Okay.
Yassify, you know Yassify?
Yes.
Okay, the
Yes.
Yassify bot, which I guess picked up steam with Toni Collette. Some person uses Facetune to the extreme,
What's Facetune?
like a photo
It's like an
filter.
app.
Okay.
It's a filter
So-
app.
Catch what this thing does to Toni Collette. Okay.
Who I love.
Wow.
Work.
That's
Hello.
amazing.
Looks like that when she's on the red carpet. She looks like that. So
I mean, isn't that wild?
amazing.
Let's find
That's
another
been
one.
around for like a little while. Like there's also something like that turns boys into girls,
Yes.
girls into boys.
Well, this is
Like
what's
it
happening at
turns
the
the
moment.
boys out.
Hold on, I'll show you another one. This one made me laugh.
Oh, she wishes.
Wow.
Honey, RuPaul from
She
Project
wishes,
Runway.
honey.
Yeah.
But get into the after. Doesn't he look a little bit like Willem?
But also a little Kevin Aviance in there too.
Very little.
A very little.
I mean, because there are people that, you know,
Oh,
Sorry.
oh, wait, hold up. Let me get into this one of Abe Lincoln.
Love you,
Yeah.
Kevin.
we love
Love you-
Kevin.
we love
Kevin's
you, Miss
the greatest.
Kevin.
We love Miss Kevin.
Get into this one of Slabe Lincoln, looking like Angelina Jolie.
Word.
Gag.
It looks
Oh, I
like
got-
Angelina Jolie.
I gotta yassify myself, honey.
We've been saying that for a while, girl.
It's an app.
Yes.
It's this account, Yassify bot, which I believe it is. I'll link it in somewhere.
Okay.
But he's using Facetune. So what people are doing is taking images, Facetuning them, and then Facetuning them again. I mean, there's one of Toni Collette that is so extreme. I don't even know if I have it, but I'm just finding it hilarious. And I just want to know what you guys thought of that.
That's
I
what
think
you're
fierce.
featuring this week?
No, it was just something I wanted to bring up. I
Yeah,
guess I'm
hello.
featuring it.
A couple months ago, a friend of the podcast, Misunderstood, sent us all pictures of ourselves turned into women,
Yes.
and we looked amazing.
I
Well,
think
but-
so too.
It was the
You looked
image of
amazing.
us from the Gays in Space trading card.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and honey, we're serving you all kinds of hair drama.
I look like my sister and mother combined.
We are serving you like hairography. Okay, get into Miss Thanos.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Child. Okay, so
Oh, it turned her into Captain Marvel.
turned her into Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
That is not what I'm featuring, but I just wanted to put that out there and you know, since it's what everyone's talking about at the moment, I do
Right,
find it
kids.
funny. For the kids. Miss Matinga, what are you
For the
featuring,
kids.
hun?
So this week, I am feeling, listen, it's topical, but it's true. I am feeling Shang-Chi, which I finally got to see. I know it came out a
Yes.
little while ago, but it was
Did you
just
see it,
really
Chick, Diamond?
I
Yes.
did.
What'd you think?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'll just say that the copy that I watched, I neglected to have the subtitle track, and
Oh.
about 30% of the dialogue is in straight up Chinese.
Right.
I was like, but you know what? I'm gonna watch this anyway. So I watched this movie that was sort of kind of all in Chinese, and I was able to completely follow it.
Good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's the hero's journey. But go on,
It's
Matinga.
like 20% in Chinese.
Honey,
Really.
the first 6 minutes nonstop.
It's
Shang,
total
shang,
Chinese.
shang,
Yeah.
shang.
It was just released on Disney Plus because it did come out a little while ago, but I was waiting, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I think it's among the best superhero flicks ever done. I thought it was just a rousing entertainment, and it did like that rare thing that doesn't that happens so rarely, and that's why it's a rare thing. That I was watching this film and I got like all hype and excited, and I was pacing the bedroom, and I was feeling it, like, and that's what you want art to do. You want it to make you feel something.
Yeah.
And I just enjoyed it so much, honey. It's one of the rare movies that I've watched twice this year, honey. So many good things have come out. Even things that I truly love, like Wonder Woman 84 and Dune. I only watched those movies once.
Wonder Woman 84, as we know, was garbage. But I want to ask.
But it's something I love. It's something I love.
I'm going to ask you two questions.
Yeah.
One, you were pacing your bedroom? Question mark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it made me all hype. Like I stood up and I like talked to the screen and I got into it and I got
Mama, no.
I did. I got hype. I did, which is something I don't do that in movie theaters. I hate it when people talk back to the screen in a movie theater. But like I did.
Wait a minute. You don't pace in movie theaters?
Well,
Who are you?
Not anymore.
Okay.
And I loved it. But I loved it.
So tell me 3 things about this movie that you like. Because I also thought it was great, but I just want to hear 3 specific things.
Not enough of her. The luminous and absolutely fabulous Michelle Yeoh. Simu Liu, who plays Shang-Chi. I thought he was great.
Body,
cutie pie, but also like likable. And I wanted to go on this adventure with him. And Awkwafina. I thought she
was hysterical.
I thought she was wonderful.
She's a comedian, right?
Yeah, she's a comedian, and she's also in Crazy Rich Asians, and she's got her own Nora from Queens. She has her own show. She's great.
Yeah.
But she's so good here. And I also like the fact that like they may be setting up a romance. They may not be, but they may be. But I also like it wasn't about that. Like they just had like, this wonderful friendship.
Yeah.
And it was just so fun. And of course, great special effects and a really engaging story. Honey, I loved it. It was the high point of my week.
Awkwafina was fabulous. She was really great. I thought that the fight choreography, fantastic. Michelle Yeoh, delicious. The main guy, a bit of a cipher for me. But
Tony Leung?
The father?
No, the son.
Oh, okay.
Leo.
But amazing body. What a cutie pie. Oh my goodness. Wow.
But I think it could have been a cipher, but I think that the relationship that he has with Awkwafina humanizes him and like they make each other better.
I felt like once he realized who he was or exposed who he was, his character went a little tiny bit flat for me. But I liked his sister.
I loved her.
The sister was fabulous. You stuck around for the 2 credit scenes.
I did, but no spoilers.
No spoilers. But I want to shout out new subscriber, Mrs. Hopkins. Hey, Mrs. Hopkins,
well,
73.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Mrs. Hopkins. What up, yo?
What up? New subscriber.
Share it out. Share it out.
Share it out, girl. Spread it around. Push it out. Show it off, mama.
What a line from one of my favorite pornos of all time.
Yesterday I was trying to explain to someone the anal birth of Bert, and they refused to believe it was a real thing.
No, it's a real thing, honey.
Yeah, totally.
And we had to search for it so hard.
Yep.
But we found it.
That's what he said.
Oh.
Well, what I'm featuring this week is learning. You can always learn something new. And I'm going to give 2 specific examples. Matinga, you and I were having a discussion and you mentioned or used a phrase called the circular file.
The circular file.
A phrase I had never heard before. And I guess it means the trash bin.
The trash bin.
If something's chucked into the circular file, it means you just throw it out.
Yeah. And so we had a little back and forth about that. It was fun.
I'd never heard that. And I was like, oh my God, I love that there's an expression I haven't heard.
It's very Office, that expression. I'm so surprised that you would not have heard it.
I've never watched The Office.
No, it's very
An office.
Yeah, I haven't worked in an office, honey, in
a long time.
We worked in an office many years ago that did cute T-shirts.
Them and the owner, that obnoxious fake French woman with a mustache.
But you told me You
Hit
stole
the
me a cute
bricks.
T-shirt from them. You
I
stole
didn't
me
steal.
like,
I didn't steal nothing, honey. It got
stole me a
attached.
cute
It
T-shirt.
got
It
into
was
my
a,
bag somehow.
yes, it was a
Mhm.
dog dressed as a devil, and I still have that T-shirt. I love that T-shirt.
They were such fools to give me free reign. Anyway, the other phrase I heard from Brian Mills the other night, it's called Boombaclot. Do you know Boombaclot?
I've never heard of a
From
bumble
Jamaica?
Yes. Do you know what that is?
No.
Isn't it period?
Well, yeah. So I'm going to give you
Oh
a
goodness.
description from online. The term was originally mainly used about the cloths women would wipe menstruation blood with before sanitary products such as tampons and pads became a thing. So if you came upon them and you upset them, they would chuck their boomba cloth at you, which means they poom poom cloth.
Right.
Okay. A boomba cloth. You ain't number no dirty boomba cloth, man. And I was like, how did I never hear this phrase? What rock have I been hiding under? A
I've
boomba
heard
cloth.
it.
Well, Miss Thing, you down there washing your beef patty in the river. You heard that, man.
That's right, man.
You don't want a bumble clot in the middle of a coffee clutch.
No, you don't want a
Honey.
coffee clutch boomba clutch, man.
No, honey.
No beef patty, no, man. So that's what
Beef
I'm
patty.
featuring. I'm
And
featuring
cocoa bread.
learning and coconut bread, darling. Darling.
Darling.
That's what I'm featuring. Learning about the circular file and the boomba clutch, man. Yeah.
I was
Beautiful.
like, honey, yeah.
Anthony, why are you? I mean, Matinga, darling, you look great. You don't have to fuss with yourself.
No, you know what's fucking me up? It's not even the shirt. It's the fact that and this probably happens to weathermen. Everything's happening in reverse on the screen. So what's fucking me up is that I think I'm touching one side, but I'm trying to touch the other side, and it's fucking my head up. It's like it's not even the shirt. It's like what's happening?
But you look fine, darling. No need to
Oh,
fuss
thank
with
you.
it.
Thank you,
Darling.
Darling, you look wonderful.
thank
You
you.
look wonderful, darling. Clearly,
I
you've
look
been
like a
using-
bomba clot. Stop.
You look
laughing.
like a boomba clot, darling.
I gave myself. I pulled a my diamond. I pulled the Shadiamonds. And I never do this.
Okay.
I'm just being lazy and I haven't left the house in a week. And so I was like, I didn't even plan on doing it because I was shaving. Right? Not today. This was like the other day. I'm shaving. And then I'm like, with this hair right over here is a little bit long. So I was like, maybe if I just took a little bit off right here but what if I just took a little bit off right here? But then what if I just took a little bit off right here? And honey, like I fucked it up like so good. Like I've got a bomba clot on the side there.
But luckily your hair
all
grows
the
quick.
hair. Like I messed it up so good.
And how
I've
exactly
seen
is
you
that
do
doing
that.
a
I've
Mike
seen you do that.
Diamond?
Because you do that all the time. I have seen you shave your hair where you look crazy, mama. And right now your hair is blue. Like
Yeah.
you're always doing something with your hair is a boomba clot.
My hair is a boomba clot, girl. Listen,
Yeah.
that's how I make my
A
money. on the
Smurf's
side.
bomba clot.
Yeah,
Girl, I
think
go
it's
to
cute 'cause I got jealous.
Smurf Village. I'll be like,
Yes.
okay, who on their monthly flow? And I'll sop that shit up.
Thank you,
Sop
Smurfette.
that shit up. That is
So I
disgusting.
totally pulled a Mike Diamond, and it looks crazy. Like it's got gel in it right now, but it looks crazy. But like I could get a haircut and fix it in half an hour. But
Well, you can always put a handkerchief around your head.
yes,
For
and
mine, I put a bag over her head. Too late to flush her now.
much too late. If only.
I mean, honestly, if you hadn't pointed out, I never would have noticed it.
No, but because I put a bunch of gel in it and I combed it out and it looks cute actually. But
Yeah.
like, honey, I've got
I
like a
will
razor and like
say-
I'm trying to create lines and I'm like, what am I doing? And then you realize
doing?
you've gone too far.
I
Yeah.
will say,
Oh, shit.
the overall effect you're giving today is like sexually deviant assistant principal. Yeah. Like, which is what you were going for. Okay.
Exactly.
So it's a win-win for everyone.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Speaking
Principal
of win-wins,
Boombaclot?
Principal Boomba Clot, darling.
Yes.
Yeah. Who are you crushing on, guys? Who wants to start?
Matinga.
So
Yeah.
my crush this week is Bill Murray, who turned 71 this year. That's him during Ghostbusters. That's him this year. Look at that sexy man. I would hit it right now. And I don't know who here has seen Trainspotting. I think he's so sexy in Trainspotting and so delicious.
Spotting.
Not train spotting. I'm sorry. The movie with Black Widow.
Lost in Translation.
Lost in Translation.
Which sounds nothing like
Like Train Spotting. Excuse me.
yeah.
He looks so hot in Train Spotting. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Is
Um,
that an I Nod Lacoste?
that not yet. But in Lost in Translation, he looks so hot in that movie, and he still looks hot. And of course, he is in the new Ghostbusters film that's coming out right now. And
Is he?
Yeah, he is. In fact, all the original Ghostbusters are in it, and Sigourney Weaver,
Except that one that died.
Except Professor Egon, yes, unfortunately, who was Harold Ramis. I think that was Harold Ramis. But they're keeping that on the low. But
that he's dead, honey. I think everybody knows.
No.
That the original cast comes back in this flick.
Okay.
And but I've always thought Bill Murray was super talented and really sexy. So like this week, like my crush is Bill Murray. I think he's a hottie.
Hello.
I'm gonna push back a little. Like who you like.
Yes.
And speaking for myself, I think Bill Murray is disgusting, not just physically, but like as a human being.
Go on.
Because I have it from unimpeachable
Reliable
sources. Yes, he's really gross to women. He's really horrible with younger women. He's abusive. He's nasty. I just, that's
I have a Bill Murray story.
I mean, like who you like, but I just have to
unfortunate.
state for the record that like I think he's a disgusting human being, and like I'm just.
He stayed at the Raleigh.
Go on.
And every person that waited on him, he would tip $100 bills.
That doesn't make it okay.
But anybody who's generous is fine in my book.
Because you're a whore.
You know what? Listen, there is a long-standing story about when he was playing Bosley in the Charlie's Angels movie. He was really freaking nasty to Lucy Liu. And so I don't play that. I don't freaking play that. I'm just saying purely on a physical level, the characters that he's played. I particularly like him in Lost in Translation, where he's playing a version of himself, but a softer version. So yeah, I mean, but if he's
like a bag of wet noodles, girl.
But if he's but I will say that you love to tear down my idols, because a couple weeks ago you did the same thing too. You were like, oh, that one, that one's a Republican, la 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 la.
I never said nothing like that, girl.
Oh,
you mean I was calling you out maybe for your
you're always shitting on my dream.
Listen, assistant
for
principal
35 years now.
Because you was drooling over Timothée Chalamet, who's a fucking fetus, darling. I mean, listen.
Just purely on a physical level.
I prefaced it with like who you like, but I can't say, girl, we all have to speak out. We all have to speak out. Right. I think he's foul. I think he's
nasty.
gross.
Human beings are nasty, just like Bernadette says, and I'm not down with that.
But you would munch it.
I would have munched it, unknowingly, and then I would have felt terrible about it.
Nah. But he would have tipped you $100.
Right. He would have tipped me $100. I would have felt better about it at that point.
Thank you. Phone bill paid, Mary.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Phone bill paid, Mary. Yes. No more potato for you, girl.
No more potatoes.
No more potato, darling.
No more potatoes for Anthony.
So, Booby, what non-provocative or disreputable person are you crushing on?
Well, I went to see the Eternals with Bob on Friday night. Fabulous movie. Really well done. Amazing. It's not done in the same way Marvel movies are done. So it was, the critics panned it, but the audience gave it a great review. And the lead character's name is Icarus. And his he was in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Hold on.
Icarus. Like the motherfucker that went too close to the sun.
Too close.
Yeah, his name is Richard Madden.
Ooh,
he's adorable.
Tasty, ooh la la.
He's another great pick.
Nice.
Oh hey,
yeah,
I'll
cute.
I'll get a taste of that Dickorous. Yeah,
that
Dickorous tastes like licorice. Give it to me now.
He was amazing.
Kit Harington is also.
Kit Harington's also in it. And he plays a great role.
But what about Eve Harrington?
No,
Eve Harrington would, honey, because she. Oh, you want to
in the Infernals? What?
The Infernals, honey.
Oh. Kit Harington's booty was looking luscious in that
luscious, darling.
Do you see full-on booty?
No, but he's wearing tight jeans the entire movie.
So you wanted a taste of that coconut bread, man?
Yeah.
Down.
Who the hell is
way
Kit
down.
Harington?
You want to see a picture of him?
No, you
Kit
can
Harington?
explain it. I'll Google him later. Who is
He's
he?
a cutie pie. He's a total cutie pie. Although Kit Harington said that in all the years, apparently he was some famous knight in Game. I never watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
There's a story that he says that to stay in character, because this is what it would have happened in those times, he never once washed his big black jacket that character is famous for.
They wash his big black ass.
And apparently, like towards the, after so many years in, like no one would stand next to him, and people were like, "Look, dude, like you gotta wash
That's his
this
picture.
jacket." Not as cute as the other guy.
He's cute.
No.
It's cute to taste, not as cute as the other one. But apparently, like the people in the cast were like, "Kit, honey, listen, we know your method, but that jacket's got to go." And
Yeah.
Right.
they spend $8 million an episode. Like there's only one jacket, really? Like you gotta have.
But you know, actors
Yeah.
be crazy,
Actors do be crazy.
and getting all into their method. So it was Kit Harington, not Pat Harington,
Pat Harrington, no, who played Schneider
on the original One Day at a
One
Time.
Day at a Time.
One day at a time. One day at a
And
time.
Bonnie Franklin's not in it, right?
No.
Ah, damn.
But strangely enough, Bonnie Pointer is
Dun, dun, dun,
From
dun.
the dead?
Night is party
from the
time.
dead. Yes, and
Oh.
Booby, of course, me and Booby love these movies. And Booby like calls me up right away, and he's like, "Oh, you got to go see Externals and excuse me, Eternals." Externals is the story of my love life,
Right.
Yeah.
because there's always like organs on the bed.
Yes.
And he's
cold
and
sores.
cold sores and like actual like internal organs on the bed.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wow, it's not really on my list. Strangely enough, it
Check
seems
it out.
from
Check
the
it out.
check it out. What's that
That's-
from? Check it
Isn't
out.
is that Fergie?
That's
Kitty cat?
Fergie. Yeah,
Wait, but this is the one with Angelina Jolie.
Yes.
yeah.
I would
don't
He
see
know.
it
has
for
an
her.
incredible role in it.
I
too.
like her, so I would see it for her.
I love Jack Kirby, who created the Eternals, and you know that the Eternals. So Thanos is an Eternal.
Right.
Thanos is one of the Eternals,
Right.
and Thanos's brother Star Fox is
Is in it.
also an Eternal.
And he's in it.
And he's in it,
Not
and
Miss
it's
Star
somebody, and it's somebody, not Jessica Fox, but Star Fox, and it's
Right.
somebody. I'm not even gonna spoil it,
Samantha Fox.
because people are gonna gag at who's gonna. who
Okay,
is
then
it.
Yes.
no spoilers. No
But
spoilers.
that's interesting. So I did find that out, but I don't know. Like, it seems really something about it, like about the look of the trailer. I was like,
You
"Meh."
wouldn't be like pacing in your bedroom?
I was pacing around the bedroom, girl. I
Oh,
was,
shit.
girl. My stomach got all
Oh.
funny.
Amazing.
Salma Hayek is in it too, and she's fabulous.
Miss
Salma
Salma
Hayek,
Hayek.
yeah.
Who
And there's a
doesn't love
gay
Salma?
couple.
Yeah.
Fucking love Salma, that gay
Yeah.
couple. I mean,
Yeah.
it's for representation wise. And okay, a little nerdy bullshit. Just for a second, will you will you give me a moment to throw
Bring
out
it.
some nerdy bullshit?
I've got my squid pen. Do what you
So
want.
so interesting. So Shang-Chi and Eternals will never get a release in China,
Right.
because the director of Eternals, who is this Academy Award winning director,
Chloe Zhao.
yes, has talked about, and rightly so, the government of China and
Right.
their human rights offenses, and a lot of fucked up shit is going down in China. And
Right.
Simu Liu, many years ago, in an interview, also kind of talked down about China. So China has said any film directed by her and any film starring him will never get a release in China. So
And the Eternal leaves off where there should be a part 2.
yeah. And in fact, John Cena had to put his tail between his legs
He
and
could put his tail
apologize
between my mouth.
and apologize to China, because he said Taiwan was a country,
Separate
Right.
country.
Right.
but China doesn't respect that.
Right.
And he put his tail between his legs. He's like, and he had to apologize
Ooh,
for
to put that tail between those legs.
So
honey.
I'm
Thank
saying
you.
that there may not ever be a sequel to Shang-Chi
No.
or the Eternals.
Wow,
Say
that's
it,
fucked
say it
up.
isn't so, Mary. Say it isn't so.
It's a certain possibility.
No. And John Cena, he speaks all those Asian languages. All of them.
Do he?
Well, he does speak Mandarin. That's
Yes.
How do you know this?
because he called me on the phone one night and he said to me in Mandarin, "Bitch, I'ma work that bussy till your eyes pop out." I said, "Who this?" Because that could have been anyone in Mandarin.
Of course.
Maybe
Who
he
this
just
in Mandarin.
Listen, honey, he wouldn't even chuck a Mandarin at you.
Well, oddly enough, isn't Shang Li's dad known as the Mandarin?
No, but he's in it.
Well, he is the Mandarin, and the original Mandarin from Iron Man does show up, and it's like, whoa, it's
Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
The guy with the fat chicken pig thing.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of fat chicken pig things, let me tell you what I'm
Who's your
crushing on
crush?
this week. Bitch, I am crushing on the men of the 2022 Australian Firefighters calendar to raise money for animal charities. Let me show you how hot these mofos are.
Nice.
Okay. Get into it. That's one.
I think the dog's cuter.
Hey.
I think the horse is cuter.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
The
yeah.
goat is
Come
cuter.
on. Come on.
The
Bring
goat's
it.
cuter.
Crikey, bitch.
This one's the best one, but the goat's cuter.
Get into it.
This
Get
one's a
into it.
tie. That cat is serving, but so is he.
Get the fuck. Hey, fine.
The dog,
Oh,
the
God.
horse.
Get
Oh, that
Miss
koala.
Thing.
That koala. Oh, but you know what? That's a cute couple, actually, right
Yeah.
there. That's a cute couple.
And koalas only eat eucalyptus. I said, honey, eucalyptus for $10.
You can live this for $10, honey. You live for these, you pay for these, honey.
Miss Matenga, you trying to sleep on those men just because I had to come for Bill Murray?
Mama, I am allowed to have my own opinion.
We're gonna
That's
have to
right.
lay down some rules, and that brings us to the segment that we like to call "Just the Facts."
Just the facts.
Remember that episode of Facts of Life when Mrs. Garrett got caught stealing?
So this segment, Just the Facts, is where we dissect a classic episode of the sitcom The Facts of Life. And on this particular edition, we are dissecting the episode called Mind Your Own Business, Season 3, Episode 21. And this episode opens, as many of these episodes open, in the lunchroom at Eastland Academy, and the girls are scissoring
like mad.
Down.
Yeah.
You know, but Tootie's not old enough, so she's got safety scissors.
Yeah, safety scissors.
It's crazy.
Joe's doing the safety dance.
What? Honey.
Yeah.
No,
And-
it opens up in their little dorm.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it opens up in the lunchroom.
No,
They're in
girl,
the
it opens in
lunchroom.
the dorm. Natalie's scribbling in her little thing under her
Oh, that's
bunk bed.
right. In the bedroom.
Oh, they are in the bedroom. That's correct. And I just want to say that a couple different things are going on. Like, you know, the B storyline is that Mrs. Garrett is going to give a very important speech to other educators that deal in nutrition at the Fanny Bryce Auditorium,
Learn
Okay.
it.
which I thought was a cute little
In
like throw in right
Poughkeepsie.
there. But you also, you know, Miss Nat is writing in her diary. And I just want to say that writing in your diary out in the open in a school for girls is an open invitation
Thank
for
you.
someone to like break into your diary and start reading it. Like
Especially with Tootie the gossip right there doing busted calisthenics.
exactly. And like trying to like get in there. It's like, girl, like this is something you do with a flashlight in the middle of the night while you're like, you know, hitting
Everybody asleep.
Yeah, honey.
Oh, honey,
You don't
that's
do that
not
in
what they're
front of
doing with the flashlight in
everybody.
the middle of the night, darling.
Mama.
Not in Eastland, darling.
Honey.
Darling. Well, but these are her friends, so she trusts them.
Right.
At that point.
Yeah, but we know these girls already.
Well, she doesn't trust them that much because she makes them turn their backs when she hides the key to the diary.
And of course, they
Yes.
all know where the key is. By the way,
Everybody know.
Even if I didn't know Nat, but I was standing in the room with my back turned to her so as not to look, I would feel exactly where she put that key and know exactly where not even looking at her, because you can feel what she's doing. You can feel
Yeah.
what someone's
You
doing
can
in the
hear
room.
her open the little footlocker
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I would know exactly where that key was, honey. And like, and by the way, I wouldn't read it, but like my mom totally read my diary because I'm a fool. Like, and I thought like, oh, she's gonna respect my
Your privacy.
autonomy. Yeah, right. She's like, honey, you live in my house. I pay the bills. Of course, I read your diary.
Did she
Yeah.
discover anything that she shouldn't have known?
Oh, honey.
Hey, Bree, I'm so jealous of Mike Diamond. She told me
Girl,
You told me,
thank
girl.
goodness. Thank
That's so-
goodness my diary was a little bit edited because there was some hot shit in my diary, honey.
Well, you
But
know,
I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe I need to just edit that out.
I
'Cause, yeah.
I kept well. First of all, I have a diary going back to Matinga, where you and I went to California when we were
Yeah.
18.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
By the way, let me just give a quick side story. So I flipped through that one real quick. By the way, I have burned all my journals, and I'm talking like decades worth. I burned them
Oh,
outside.
why?
Why?
It's okay to look at the past, but don't stare. I think I've drained what I can material wise.
No,
Done.
but like for
I
when you
did.
write a book or something,
I
to have the
did.
details,
I
that
did.
breaks my heart.
And by the
Because if you
way,
had
it is
details,
so
Mom.
much harder to start a fire than you think. You need more than matches. I'm sitting there pouring fucking alcohol, lighter fluid. Anyway, it burned. But so I came across this one story, Miss Matenga, that you and I and Miss Michael Rodriguez, or whatever her fake name was, were at
Yes.
Tower Records on Sunset
Yes.
in LA. Some guy pulled up. We were all trying to mac on him, but I got him. His name was
Yes.
Monk. He had a tattoo of a bull on his chest with a piercing through the ring, like it was a nose ring on the bull.
Oh, get out of here.
And
Yeah.
honey, we drove up into the Hollywood Hills, and I'm sitting there. And what I read in the diary, because I don't remember it, is I leaned out the passenger side window, and he ate my ass, and I sat there smoking a cigarette, looking at the lights of Hollywood, like I should have stayed at Tower Records. And that's what I wrote.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing to do with actual life, but
with a look on your face very similar to that old bitch who was the clerk on Night Court, like this little old lady. Remember her?
Selma
Yeah.
Diamond.
Yes.
My namesake,
Yes.
Selma Diamond.
Miss Selma Diamond. I know you were
Yeah.
giving very Selma Diamond. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I
But
should have stayed at
that's
Tower
why, but
Records.
that's why you don't get rid of these, because like those stories are priceless.
And I turned to him and I said, "Listen, this is great, but watch out for the bumba clot,
The bomba, watch out for
Ew.
the bomba clot, please.
darling." So anyway, so Natalie is writing in her diary. Tootie's kind of peeking. Blair is all up in Natalie's heezy because they're going to work on Blair's chemistry project together
Right.
because
Blair's
Natalie's-
not doing so well in chemistry, and she wants to get a B plus.
okay, right. And Natalie's like, "Fine, we'll get to it."
Right.
And Blair's getting kind of chubby,
Hey,
Yeah, I noticed that.
getting a little
Hey.
chubby in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, she's no Bill Murray. and then of course Joe walks in straight from
Looking so
it called
hot.
field hockey. Is that
Field
what she
hockey.
Field
said?
hockey, yes.
Yeah.
Field hockey.
Yeah,
Okay.
great legs.
Fantastic
Great
legs,
legs.
covered in mud. This is why Joe is a lesbian
Lesbian.
icon.
Yeah.
Down.
Because doesn't Blair tell a story about how Joe beat some other girl like into the parking lot with her
With
stick?
with her little field hockey stick.
I gave her a body check. All the way to the parking lot.
Ooh, violence, honey.
Yes.
But so Joe and Tootie are going to take off. Natalie goes to help Mrs. Garrett, and Blair trying to do something nice.
Oh, preceding this, Blair wants to figure out an idea to get a gift to thank Nat for helping her get a B plus in chemistry. And she doesn't know what to get her or have any idea of what to get her. And she figures the best way to find out what she wants in life is to find out in her diary.
Is to read Nat's diary. But that is such a bullshit excuse.
Yeah.
It's just an excuse to read Natalie's private information.
I agree.
Remember that Blair has already humiliated Nat a couple episodes ago by blurting to that guy that Nat was really into her.
Him.
She should know better by now. And like ostensibly it was to get some info on what can I get Nat, but obviously it was also because she was curious and she wanted to take a look at Nat's diary.
Snoop.
Yeah, to snoop in Nat's
You know
diary.
what's
And so
weird,
she
though?
does.
I actually saw it totally different. I actually felt like she just wanted to find out what this chick wanted. They could have read that
Yeah.
diary at any point.
How about asking Nat, honey, what's your favorite thing?
What do you
What's
like?
your
do you
thing
like,
to
girl?
see? Right.
Yeah,
you like?
like
And
nah.
Natalie's like, "Honey, pull on my weave to my eyes, Chinese.
Oh, that's
Oh,
what we
Blair,
all
can you
like.
handle me?"
Trust.
Myrna.
Myrna.
Myrna Breckenridge.
Ah,
Myra's sister Myrna.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
A movie that's kind of impossible to watch. It's not a very good movie.
no, but the book is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
What?
So Myra Breckenridge.
Myra Breckenridge.
Oh, I know.
So Blair is actually in the act of breaking into the Foot Locker and snatching the diary, and Joe comes back in the room and catches her lovely.
Like you that girl.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Right there, busts her cold.
Yeah, and reads her while at the same time sticks around
To listen.
to listen.
Because Blair's like, oh, well, it was already open. Notice that as she says that, then she opens it.
Well, since it's already open.
Girl.
Yeah.
Shady.
And of course, Blair reads something that she doesn't want to hear, which is Natalie calling her like a harebrained selfish witch.
Well, first she says that Professor Muldoon, aka Moosejaw.
She looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, only not as cute. That Natalie, she calls them like she sees them.
Yeah.
And that Natalie's basement is flooded for some boy named Philip Finkelstein or something.
Yes.
And then that Blair Warner is a selfish, egotistical, harebrained witch.
Blair Warner is an egotistical, selfish, air-brained witch? That Natalie. She calls them like she sees them.
The book is filled with really private and caustic shit.
Right.
Wow. And I don't think Blair has a right to be upset. I don't think she has a right to even look in that book. Oh well, and that's kind of what Joe says too. So yeah, well, you know what? You just found out something that you didn't want to know by doing something that you shouldn't have done.
Right.
I mean, it's really,
invasive.
It's invasive, and it's almost like an assault. Like, don't touch my stuff, man.
Yeah.
But also, Joe was kind of living for it, the vicarious reading that Natalie's serving up in the book.
Yeah, because she's not being read.
Right. And she's because she does think that Blair is a self-centered, egotistical bitch.
Yeah.
Right. So it's lovely, but they're going to pretend that this never happened. So meanwhile, back in the kitchen, Mrs. Garrett is still gagging because she's going to go to this convention and she ain't got no material.
And
the girls are sort of, and like when she says to the girls, what do you think of this dress and this skirt? They pay her no mind.
Absolute no mind.
The girls don't care.
Yeah.
They have their own drama.
Right.
They do not care.
And so Mrs. Garrett says that Moosejaw Muldoon needs help in the library. Well, she doesn't say that, but she says that Miss Muldoon needs help in the library, and Blair goes into hyper bitch mode.
Down.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I couldn't possibly, but maybe Natalie could.
Because she can't control herself. She knows that she did something wrong, but she's upset and she's got to spill it somehow.
I'm surprised you didn't want to work with Miss Muldoon. After all, you two are so much alike.
Who cares about Muldoon, Blair?
How are we alike?
Looks, for one thing.
Me and Ms. Quasimodo?
Ooh. And the audience groans.
And Blair makes an ugly face.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't cute. But so finally it comes to light that Blair has read the diary and Natalie is through.
Yeah.
She feels violated, and not in the Bill Murray way. She feels that she has been disrespected and she's not having it. And so they kind of get into a sucky.
I can't imagine why you're getting so worked up over Philip. He's never given you a second glance.
What about Stuart, the love of your life? He hasn't called you for the last 2 weeks, and I know you've been waiting.
But I want to say that Mrs. Garrett. I gotta say, that Mrs. Garrett is in the room, and this has happened before, where Miss Garrett loves her girls. She's bent over backward for her girls. She's trying to craft these women into, successful adults, but like sometimes, like she lets certain things pass, like this. Like she's also quite distracted because she's got something important to do, but like. At that point, she should have taken Blair aside and said, you know what? You messed up. Like, you're losing your privileges. How dare you invade somebody's privacy like that? Right. That's not right. And whether or not you read something about yourself that you didn't like, you shouldn't have done that. But she's just kind of like, oh, that's kind of, everyone knew where your book was. And she kind of,
she found the key in the sock.
You read my diary.
She took the key out of the sock?
You mean the kikis? I'm a girl, like that's not what the grown-up should be doing.
But she's really super distracted because she's going to give a speech. To
She
these
is.
people.
She is.
Right.
She is.
And, you know, and these aren't babies. I mean, they're like 15, 16, whatever they are. You know, let them handle their business. But so the way that they handled their business is Natalie and I guess Blair composed this list of rules for the dorm.
Right.
Yeah.
And Natalie has a very aggressive no trespassing sign on her bed.
No trespassers all trespassers will be shot.
Like, girl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But she's
Chill,
also
pill,
like
Nat.
she's closed off the bottom bunk. So
Yep.
like and it's kind of like it's like
They
really
do that in the big house, I've heard.
yeah.
Oh.
So that they can ching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so what Natalie was really saying is that trespassers will be
She's
shot.
scissoring.
But if y'all want to get into my bumper clock,
Yes.
Bring it.
Bring it. So they have these rules. Don't, you know, spread other people's business. Don't ask no questions. Don't answer the phone.
Which is so ridiculous.
And this is kind of what sends Mrs. Garrett over the edge. So none of the girls are going to answer the phone, not knowing who.
And there's only one phone.
A payphone, I guess.
Because
And,
you don't answer somebody's personal message, but how are you going to know who is it for?
Right.
You know?
It's ridiculous. But so Mrs. Garrett's kind of getting to the point of like, y'all bitches need to get it together. I'm not your answering machine. Right.
Exactly.
And-
Right.
I get the feeling that Mrs. Garrett, she's like, you know what? I can't deal with this right now. But when I get back, I'm going to put these girls in their place.
I'm afraid you're going to have to answer the phone exclusively from now on.
I'm afraid we're going to have a long talk. But not now.
I just think she just needed to do what she had to do. And then when she got back, she's going to put the girls in their place.
No, if you girls want to drive me crazy, and it's obvious that you do, you'll have to wait till later. Right now, I'm late.
And Joe and Tootie are also getting over it because they're not really involved in it. I mean, tiny little bit, but not really.
Yeah.
They're being rational. And so when Mrs. Garrett's like, I need to go to Harrison's and get caught stealing, who wants to come with me? Joe and Tootie are like, we out, we're going with you.
We're going with you.
And clearly Blair and Natalie are not going to work together on Blair's chemistry project.
Right.
Because Blair's sitting there cooking up meth or something.
Yeah, but why are you going to help?
Stanky.
Why are you going to help Blair too when she just totally invaded your privacy? But then what happens is, apparently now they're locking up their things, and Nat has locked up her little what do you call that? Like a foot locker, and now she forgot the combination.
Essay.
And her essay's in there, and now she's all messed up about it. And also, Blair is putting together her little science experiment, which, in an act of snooping, Natalie actually figures out is going to go horribly awry.
But it was casual snooping.
It was
right. She just happened to be there.
Yeah, it was casual.
And looked down, and there was her notes.
Yeah, and then Natalie and Tootie get into a thing like, yo, you got to let your girl know because she's going to smell like sulfur for a week. And is this dangerous? And, yo, you got to let her know. At which point, Mrs. Garrett comes back in because she's forgotten something, goes into the kitchen, and this experiment blows up on both of them. And they both smell like rotten eggs. And it's kind of disaster. And, Natalie's kind of like, but Tootie's like, yo, we could have prevented this.
Right.
I think if Mrs. Garrett hadn't been covered in the stank, maybe Tootie would have kikied a little bit.
Maybe, although she was trying to convince Natalie not to let Blair.
Yeah, but Mrs. Garrett, getting that kind of punishment, that ain't right.
It ain't right.
No,
she has to go to the Fanny Bryce ballroom in 10 minutes.
And her brand new,
Harrison's
brand new ugly ass matronly blouse,
right,
that she bought. But then it's actually Mrs. Garrett that breaks the ice, which, because the entire episode, Mrs. Garrett is trying to work up 5 minutes of comedy because you always open up a speech with a couple good jokes. And she's just, but they're not landing and she can't figure it out. But now she does have an interesting story. She's going to have to go take a shower and change, but she does have an interesting story to tell.
She's like, dietitians, I just came from a shit date.
From a
funny
shit
story.
Date. That's why I smell like hard-boiled eggs.
It is.
All the girls kind of laugh it off, and have like a moment of, of levity.
Disgusting! This is revolting!
Blair, it's you.
And Nat and Nat says, "Hey, I'm going to help you with your experiment," and Nat totally lets Blair off the hook.
But she's
Completely.
feeling good. She's feeling good because Joe, crafty Bronx lesbian Joe, broke into her Footlocker and got her essay out for her.
Got her
Right.
essay
So
out.
she's feeling a little better.
Yeah.
Vindicated.
So I mean, and these girls love each other, so you've got to throw that in there, and they get over it. But I got to tell you, I would have been like, I just would have been. Listen, also, we're not dealing with this is a fictional situation that has to be, fixed up.
Got to be a happy ending.
It's got to be a happy ending. I get it, but like, there's a part of me that goes, no,
I'm not trusting you for a while.
No,
at least for
Blondie.
another 2 episodes.
No, Blondie, you smell like hard-boiled eggs. I'm glad about it. I'm not going to help you with your experiment. Yes, thank you, Joe, for getting my thing out and and whatever.
Yeah, but Blair got it pretty nasty. I mean, yes, she kind of deserved it, but at that point they were kind of equal.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
I do.
Mm.
Yeah, okay,
Yes
so
and no.
Natalie had her privacy invaded, but Blair smells really bad.
But this is not the first time that Blair has tried it with Natalie.
Exactly.
Like she's been shady for several times, so she has a superiority complex with her, and she needs to be put in her place.
Yeah.
Wow, so you guys are totally team Natalie on this one.
Totally
Down.
team that. Yeah.
I'm impartial. I think I'm going to say I'm team Joe because I think that Blair was just a raving bitch, like really mean girl.
Mean girl.
But Natalie, girl, get it together.
And the thing is like we all have that friend, that friend that loves you, like that they love you, but but there are strings where like it's like, but they like it's only up to a point where like, but you can't be fiercer than me or anything.
Yeah, I guess it
Right.
must be hard for people to
Just
deal
that
with.
friend.
Must
And
be
you're
hard
like,
for
and you
people
love
to
them
deal with
still,
that.
but you're like, girl, like, no, honey, I'm the
Well,
one
like-
that has to, like,
Learn your place.
in the ballroom and stuff.
Yeah,
It's weird that like they
could
feel
you
so
locate a
bad.
ballroom like on Google
Someone's
Maps
living
at
on a
this point?
farm currently,
'Cause
feeling
That's
tab,
funny. That's funny.
whatever.
Honey.
And then but there is that friend
Girls.
Yeah. And so like I'm like, sometimes you gotta teach that friend a lesson.
Sometimes
Right.
you do.
Yeah.
Mute.
Uh-huh.
Yes, bitch. Okay, so that's mind your own business, honey.
Another legendary episode of Facts of Life.
Legendary, darling. Peekskill is legendary, darling.
Girl.
Yes, yes.
I
Well,
went
listen,
to Peekskill this past summer, by the way.
I have to say, no, I'm not going to say. No, I have to say,
Say it.
many years ago, I had a intimate liaison with someone who was a potential candidate for the mayor of Peekskill.
Really?
And by that you mean female horse. The mayor of Peekskill.
That's what I mean, honey, starring Kate Winslet, darling.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I did. I mean, I didn't know who he was at first, and he didn't win. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
neither
it's a
here
he.
nor there.
You jinxed him. Your
I
pussy
did.
jinxed him.
Honey, my pussy got some voodoo, bitch. You want to get into Hocus Pocus 2? The cursed pussy.
Auntieways.